Oysters grow wild in the nutrient-rich cold seas of South Africa's west coast. These small mollusks usually just feed, grow and reproduce. But if a foreign particle gets trapped inside its shell, an oyster creates the only gemstone in the world made by a living creature, a pearl. Pearls, a beautiful solution to something wrong, a unique jewel made to fix a problem, and a perfect symbol to celebrate 30 years of creating gems of achievement out of educational and development challenges. This is the legacy of Kagiso Trust. "30 years ago, the challenges facing our country seemed clear: end a racist political system and bring equality to all. It was in that activist spirit of social consciousness that Kagiso Trust was formed in 1985. With the financial support of the European Union, Japanese government, Scandinavian churches, Zama Zama and civil society, Kagiso Trust set out to strengthen the work of South Africans striving for democracy, especially empowering those on the margins of society, the poor, people in rural communities, women, youth, and people with disabilities. The founding trustees were all deeply committed to the struggle for a non-racial society, and their names are a roll call in the fight against apartheid. In its first 10 years, Kagiso Trust focused its energies on projects to strengthen civil society by championing freedom of the press, supporting human rights, education, and community development programs. The integrity of the Trust and its founders were pivotal in the trustworthiness of their messages and work in the early 90s in voter education programs, access to housing, confronting the HIV/AIDS crisis, and funding the National Peace Accord in 1993. When international funding ended in 1993, the trustees set up Kagiso Trust Investments so that the trust could become self-sufficient and fund its own programs. This unique NGO funding model has enabled Kagiso Trust to flourish and innovate holistic programs that have consistently created pearls of educational excellence, new businesses, and helped grow healthy, vibrant communities. With the birth of democracy in 1994, the Trust focused its work into 3 core programs to specifically help rural schools and businesses. The work of building a new, inclusive and equal society for everyone had just begun. In 2002, the Kagiso Enterprises Rural Private Equity Fund began funding rural businesses when almost no one else would, helping to create permanent jobs and commercially sustainable businesses in poor rural communities. From the beginning, the trustees believed that education is a key factor in eliminating poverty, and in 2004, Kagiso Trust launched its flagship initiative, the Bears Nordia Schools Development Program. This pioneering program has transformed over 500 rural schools in the Free State, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Eastern Cape and KZN, and dramatically improved the lives and pass rates of thousands of students. At Bears Nordia School Development Program schools, students do better, teachers excel, parents get involved, the governing bodies are trustworthy, and each year, more and more rural schools are setting the standards for success. Like an oyster, Kagiso Trust programs have 2 sides to them because nothing is sustainable without partners. Integrated partnerships are a founding principle of the Trust, and the success of the BNSDP programs soon drew attention. In 2013, Kagiso partnered with the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation to create Kagiso Shanduka Trust and combine their expertise in improving public education. The aim was to develop an effective program of whole school development because learning doesn't happen in a vacuum. The program partnered with the Free State Department of Education to support over 400 rural schools. The results are outstanding. With improving pass rates, more rural students became eligible for tertiary education, so the Kagiso Trust established the Eric Molobi Scholarship Program in 2007. to help rural students to do just that. 137 students have since received full scholarships to pursue tertiary studies in engineering and commerce, creating a start of a network of engaged and educated young leaders. Last year, Kagiso Trust celebrated 30 years of hard work as a leading African development agency by sharing 3 decades worth of knowledge, expertise and lessons learned through its Pearls of Wisdom campaign. Kagiso Trust partnered with the Sunday Times and tasked business leaders to share their own pearls of wisdom with readers, revealing how much we still need to work together to build a more equal society. Over 1,000 students took part in a school essay competition, and the Trust hosted university panel discussions with representatives from all areas of society, using Kagiso's unique strength of relating to ordinary and extraordinary people in building long-lasting partnerships. And in honor of one of the Trust's most beloved and formidable founders, the public were invited to share what he means to them and to their country in an ode to Arch, Nobel laureate Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu. Looking to the next 30 years, Kagiso Trust stands uniquely ready to tackle the mission of overcoming poverty. It has proven models for development that can be replicated. It has the funds to create pioneering programs focused on real needs, and the guiding vision and compassion of its traditions, trustees and partners to find long-lasting solutions towards overcoming poverty. There are more pearls yet waiting to be created.